But despite all of it, all the stuff, I've always been very close with Vinny. I think I understand Vinny a lot more than a lot more people. And I've seen him go through a lot of changes, and I've seen him seen a lot of different levels of his personality and everything. And he's a very loving, sensitive person. He's ultra sensitive, and that's what I love about him, that he is that way. And so I'm a very forgiving person, obviously. Sometimes I wish I wasn't, but I am, and I just wish the best for him. And I saw him yesterday, and it was just.
Was that the first time?
Yeah, I hadn't seen him in over 35 years, probably. You know?
Wow.
And it was a really emotional thing. I mean, it was just like long lost, like somebody was dead and they came back that day. You know, and holy, just wow. And he gave me such a big hug and everything, and I whispered into his ear.
Will you marry me?
It's okay. Take your time.
I was so glad he was okay.
Now let's hear it for Robert. Come on, man.
But I'll tell you a really fucking funny story. We were in the recording studio, and he was doing a guitar solo, and the guitar kept getting out of tune. And he was just like so fucking frustrated after doing it so many, like an hour of this guitar going out of tune. He just got that guitar and just threw it on the ground, just smashed it. Then I'm going like, turn around, and the next thing I know, I hear this dribbling on the console floor of this recording studio. And he's like pissing on it. You can't beat that. That's rock and roll, babe.
Excellent. So then you move on. You've done some other solo stuff, but there's a few things I want to touch on before we open it up to questions. For those of you that are not aware, Robert is currently in his own project called The Sky, so I encourage you to check all that out. Tell us a little bit about that, Robert.
After we got this with Journey, after we got the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, they asked me to play with them, do Wheel in the Sky with them on at the House of Blues. So that was like the first time I'd been on stage for a long time, because I was a staff writer for Alma Irving Publishing for like 3 years. I was doing music for TV and stuff like that, and I kind of like left the circus, to say. And I was asked to go up, and I sang Wheel in the Sky, and there was all those people, and it was such a festive evening, and I hadn't played with the band, Journey, for so long, and it was just so nice to be up there again, and I felt like, God, I really want to do this again, So I had friends calling me up, congratulating me, and I had a friend, Andre LaBelle, who played on some of Vinny's stuff, which is how I met him, and he lived in Richmond, Virginia. And he said, you should come to Richmond, Virginia, because I know all these great players. So I did, and I went there, and they were great players. And I ended up moving to Richmond, Virginia, and I formed the band called The Sky. And I did an album there, and then I did a second album. And then after that, my wife got cancer. And so my wife's family is from Wisconsin, and so we moved to Wisconsin so she could be next to her family. And so from then on, I just started writing. So right now, I have about 30 songs that I've written. I'm going to do a solo album eventually this year. I'm going to have George Lynch is going to play on it. Frankie Benelli is going to play on it. Tony Franklin, my friend who plays with Paul McCartney, Rusty Anderson,
He's awesome.
Monty Pittman, who plays with Madonna in Prague or something like that.
Yeah.
And so just an array of really great players. Chip Snuff, will play
nice.
on it. Greg Potter, the great drummer, does the Benny Rich stuff.
That's
so
quite a
I
list.
got all these people. They say they want to do it. So eventually I will, orchestrate it and get everyone together in one room so we can, do different combinations of people on different songs. So I'll do that. But in the meantime, I've always had my music on the front burner, and I've always painted all my life and done sculpture and all that stuff. So now I've decided to put my art career on the front burner. So I do large oil paintings, and I do collage, and I've had a couple of shows in Chicago. I'm going to have a show at some pretty major galleries, which I'm very proud of being associated with, and I'm going to do some more shows. And then I was just asked today to participate at the Nashville Kiss with Vinny and Gene. So I'm going to go to Nashville.
Yeah. Good. Well, and I've heard that your artwork that you put that in the forefront now.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to do a variety of different things.
So I have like a 2,500 square foot industrial space with the skylights and everything, and I go there every day and I paint. So I do that, and I enjoy it. But
and for any of you that haven't had a chance to come up and talk to this guy, he's as nice as they come. His table is right over there. He's got different things, some CDs and things for sale.